Common Engager coming up. And this is the pre-announcement, all right? And we're going to have very limited lifetime accounts, okay? Just to help fund the cost of development, all right? So we're going to have a very limited number of user accounts that they'll pay one fee and you'll be done. And once it comes out, you'll have it and it'll be fully featured. You'll have all 5 plan levels. And we're also going to do a very limited number of reseller accounts. I no longer sell unlimited reseller partnerships on most of my software. I have a once in a very great while I do a sale. But for this one, for the first few people, I don't know what I'm going to limit it to yet, maybe 10. We're going to offer lifetime. That means one-time payment. Or I might set up a 2-pay option, but it'll be a limited number of payments. It won't be monthly recurring forever. And it'll be unlimited, so you can go sell unlimited. This software is not going to come out until February. If you don't like paying for things and then waiting a few months, then this is definitely not for you. You can turn the video off now. We expect a minimum viable product out in February, and we expect it to be, we hope it will be fully featured by the end of June. So, but this is only going to be open for a little bit. I'll probably do 10 lifetime unlimiteds, and I may cut it off sooner, but no more than 10 for sure. And then for lifetime accounts, I don't know what I'll do yet. I'll just shut it off when I think we have enough, but definitely no more than 25 of that. And then we'll just shut it down, and when the software gets closer to release, we'll open it back up for monthly subscriptions, probably up to 300 reseller accounts and in monthly payments. So let's take a look at what this is. I'm going to put this in on a Google Doc. Let me see if I can just make this a little bigger so you can see it on the screen. And I'm going to run through this, all right? We're going to talk about the different features that it has and the plan levels and things like that and some of these cool things that it has. So let's just start at the top, all right? If you're familiar with Genius Replies, you'll kind of know what we're going to use as the basis of this, but this is not an upgrade to Genius Replies. This is a completely different reinvigorated software. It's going to have AI integration and a ton of additional features and options. Right, so the main difference is it's going to be using AI. That's the basis of these differences, and it's going to auto generate a comment that can be left on a Facebook post based on prompts that the users give, the content of the post, and the content of other comments that are already on the posts. This will run in the user's Facebook feed. It'll run in a group. It'll run on someone else's profile, and you can set it to run on an individual post. And possibly a page, all right? That we don't know for sure, but these other ones are we're going to put in there. Users are going to want to be able to put in images, including dynamic images, in their engagements. And we'll do an image array and then, provided in the system prompt and a prompt for reaction type, it'll pick the image. We'll use Nifty images. We already use that for dynamic images in Genius birthday posts, and it works fantastic. Users will need to connect their own ChatGPT API key. All right. Post content. We'll have special merge fields, right? And this is probably more for the AI to see what's been there before, but there'll be a merge field for the text content of the post, and if there is none, it'll be empty, and then all comments on the post in a format like this. This is probably more for the coders and just to understand how it's going to work than anything else, and the reaction that would be left on the post. So here are different settings options we'll have, right? You'll have an option not to engage if there's no textual content, if it's just an image post. If it's a post with no comments, if it's a post with no reactions, if it's in a group, if it's on a page, if it's an ad. All right, these will be options. You can say, hey, if one or more of these comes up, don't post. I'll talk about blacklisted in a minute. We're going to have a thing called blacklist people. And you can say, hey, don't comment on my own posts. Don't reply to my own posts. You'll have an option to not engage on the same post more than once if it's already been engaged on. regardless of whether it's been engaged on with the software or manually. Option to blacklist people. What this will be is you can come up with a list of people that are friends of yours that you don't ever want to comment on using this software. Maybe you comment all the time anyway, and you don't want the AI to ever comment on those. We can set a default reaction. So if there aren't any reactions yet to base this on, what's it going to be? Probably you'll choose like, but we can do that. We'll have a random mode, and you can turn that on instead of using the, matching the emoji that was most left, and its data, typo, we'll just randomly pick one. And then you'll have an option to leave a reaction only. When I do run Genius Replies, this is what I do. I don't leave a comment. Currently, I don't like the limited nature of the choices, but AI, of course, completely opens that up and changes things. Don't engage on. You'll be able to select reactions you don't want to engage on. Probably most of these will be the care emoji or the reaction, not emoji, the care reaction or the anger reaction. You might not want to, excuse me, long day. You might not want to engage on those. And then you'll have different settings, right? How long between each engagement do you want to wait? If it's the same friend that pops up that you could engage on, do you want to wait, maybe an hour, maybe a day, whatever, a certain amount of time before you engage that friend again? When to start? You could run this overnight. You could run it, in 5 minutes. You could run it at 6 p.m. every day. Whatever, and how long to run for, either for a set amount of time, like let's run this for an hour at the rate it's going, or stop after 10 posts or 20 posts or whatever. And then for each reaction, there'll be an array of system prompts, and we'd randomly grab one of those and use to generate comments for the post. So not only are you random because the AI is going to come up with something different each time, but you could even have a random array of system prompts. So you could even tell it to do something slightly different, and which will even more randomize your reactions. Blacklist people, I already talked about that. We'll add that like in plan level 3, so it won't be with the basic version. I'll show you the plan levels at the end that we're thinking about right now. Users will be able to create a blacklist of people they don't want the software to engage with. And then you need to be able to see that list of blacklisted people, and you can remove them from the blacklist if you change your mind later, or add new people to the blacklist. We also want to have a thing called whitelist, right? So users will be able to want to whitelist people and have the option to only engage on whitelists. So maybe you've got 50 people whitelisted that you really want to focus on engaging with those people. Those are the ones you really want to target. You could run it, once a day, or maybe that's all you run for a week. Hey, let's go after these people. That'll be on plan level 4. We will have a dashboard, show the array of total reactions, keep a count of the reactions left, count of total comments left. And we'll also have a manual start button in the dashboard so that you don't have to come in and do an auto start. Okay. Dynamic images, we already talked about. We'll use Nifty Images for that. That'll start at plan level 3. And then these last two are probably the most exciting things for me, because the rest of it is really fantastic. Everything I've talked about already, that could be the extension in its entirety, and it would be fantastic. But these two take it to a whole new level. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. You'll be able to turn on something called Deep Engage, which after it's left a reaction and a comment on their post, right? After it's done that basic function, it'll go out to their profile and start leaving reactions only on their posts, right? It'll leave likes and things for however many posts you tell it to do that. Whoops. And you can enable messaging too. So you could set a number of posts and you could send them a message from a group of messages that you would choose. So that's really awesome. And then this gets super freaking cool, right? Engagement buddies, all right? You can set public or private. And if you're private, it'll just do what we've talked about here. But if it's public, it'll go out and it'll identify other people who have also set their engagement buddy setting to public. You'll be able to see those users, right? And you can then request them to be your engagement buddy. And they can choose yes or no. Just because they're public doesn't mean they want everybody to be able to comment on them. But if set to private, they won't. But you'll be able to add someone, right, as an engagement buddy if they're a user and they have plan level 5, right? And then users will be able to see a list of all their engagement buddies. They can remove an engagement buddy if somebody adds them and they don't want to be there. They can remove them. You can accept new engagement buddy requests, right? And you'll see a list of posts in the comment they've automatically left. So this should probably be up here. Users will be able to select their own posts and enable content engagement AI auto engage function on it, provide a list of comments and reactions that you want left. So they won't come up with this stuff, you will, for your posts, and then they'll just leave them on there, right? Isn't that cool? It would automatically leave the reactions and comments on their post from the engagement buddies profiles, of course with their consent, right? They have to accept that ability to do that. So that's pretty cool, right? So here's the plan levels. Plan level 1 will be like, I don't know, maybe we could give this away as a lead magnet or sell it for, a couple bucks a month. They can only do 1 system prompt per reaction type, and they can only do 10 every 24 hours, 10 a day. Plan level 2, still only 1 prompt, but they'll get to do 30 a day, right? Plan level 3, they start getting some cool stuff added, right? Unlimited prompts, unlimited engagements, dynamic images. The options that we talked about don't engage on these types of posts, and option to blacklist. Plan 4, they'll have the whitelisting feature, which is awesome if you want to target a group of people that you really want to engage with. And then we'll add deep engage. And then plan level 5, you'll be able to run in particular groups. You'll be able to run on someone else's feed, and you'll be able to add engagement buddies. All right. So if this looks like a cool software that you want and you'd like to take advantage of our limited time, unlimited resellers, lifetime resellers plan, or you just say, hey, this is really cool. I'm willing to pay now a one-time fee to have, a lifetime account at plan level 5. Hit me up, reply to this video, let me know, and yeah, we'll get it done. Cool. If you have any questions, let me know.